Okay, we're going to pick up where we left off. We're going to go ahead and start working and creating a query. So if you already have your table object, your patient's table open, absolutely fine. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the Create tab, because remember, anytime you want to create something, that's where you have to go. And we're going to click on Query Design. And you're going to get the Show Table dialog box that pops up here. And being that we only have one table in this database, you should see patients right here. So go ahead and click Add. Notice that it puts the little patients box right here. We can go ahead and close out of the show table. And so what this means is we can choose from any of these fields to go into our query. Now you don't have to use all of them. You don't even have to use the primary key from the table. We get to pick and choose what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to first double click on patient first name. So notice I double clicked on it and it placed it down there. We're going to then double click on patient last name, and then we're going to double click on patient gender. And notice that it places those right down here. Now we're going to go to the Home tab. And we're going to go ahead and click on the data sheet view. Now notice it has all of the records in our query that we wanted. We see patient's first name, last name, and their gender. Now what we can do is we can customize our query, and we're going to sort it by showing us only the females. To do this, we need to go back, let's see, into data sheet view, which we're in, and we're going to go to hold on one second. Oops, I lied. Data sheet view. No, wait. In data sheet view, we're going to sort order is by MedRecord, as in the patient's table. Go to design view. Okay, now we're going to go back to design view, and we want to sort by the patient's last name and the ascending field property. So if you're confused by this, go ahead and turn to page 6. And down here in the bottom where it says patient's last name, and then it says sort. If you click that list arrow, you can select ascending. And if you go back into data sheet view, notice you have Fuller all the way through Walton should be showing. Now what we want to do is go back into design view, and we want to set a criteria. So what this means, if we want to go to patient gender, and in criteria there, we want to show all the patients that are female only. And so you're going to do quotation mark, F quotation mark, and then go back to data sheet view, and notice that we should only see 2 records, and those are just of our female patients. Obviously this would be more effective if we had a really large database with several records, but we don't. In this case, we only have 4. So now what we're going to do is go to File, Save Object As, and we're going to save this as female patients. And where it says As, you're going to see that it says Query there, which is good. And go ahead and click OK. Now go back to your Home tab, and you're going to see that we now have 2 objects. We have a table and a query. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to close these out. And if it asks if you want to say changes, go ahead and say yes. So I haven't closed out of my database, I just closed out of those tabs. Now what we're going to do is create a simple form. And it says that we need to select the table. So go ahead and double click on patients in the navigation pane, and it opens up. We're going to go to the Create tab, and we want to create a form. So you're going to go to the Form group, and then you're going to click on Form. So basically this pulls up and gives you a simple form. You can see the number of records that we have. We have 4 records. We're on 1 of 4. You can even search. So if I wanted to search for, I believe, Jacobs. So I start keying that in, and we see Jacob pops up. Easy way to do this. Now let's go Save Object As and save this as patient form. Go back to the Home tab. Again, notice now we have 3 objects. Now we're going to create a simple report. And if you recall, reports are used kind of as a professional document that you print out. And what we're going to use is our patient's table. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of our patient form. And make sure you have the patient table open. We're going to go to the Create tab. And we're just going to click the Report button. And notice that it automatically generates a report for us. When you open it up, your report, it is in Layout View. And notice that the Report Layout Tool tabs adjust to this. So do you see this green spot here where my mouse is? This is the Report Layout Tools, and these are the tabs that are only available when you're in this view or in Reports. Now notice the gray marks along the sides of your page. Those indicate to you that those are your margins. So currently, if we're looking at this, does this fit on one page? No. If you move your mouse, look, we can go ahead and we can shrink some of, or not shrink, resize some of our fields here, so we can get everything to fit on one page. Being there's only 4 records, it's not like we really need it to be on 2 pages. We don't really need this much space for phone numbers, and so now look, everything is on one page. What is kind of cool about reports is if you look here, you can see that it gives you a timestamp. You can see the time of day that I did this, so it's not like you have to go in and put in a header there. So let's see, right click on the top of the green Report tab. You can go into Page Setup here, or to show you how to print, we're not actually going to print, but we're going to go to File, Print, and you can go into Print Preview, and you can see that this is what your report would look like when we go and print it out. We're not actually going to print this, but I would like you to close out, and we're going to go to File, Save Object As, and call this Patient's Report. Go ahead and click OK. And so now we've created all 4 different kinds of objects: a table, a query, a form, and a report. We're not going to do the rest of the steps on step 7. So now you should be completely caught up with what we did last class and then today. So you're going to go ahead now and get the Access Lesson 1 packet and hopefully be able to begin with us. If you have any questions, please let me know, and great job.